Bombshell news, as we now have undeniable proof that AH and her PR, they have been recruiting quote-unquote foot soldiers, random people online. AH has got to be mad about this too, because get this, the reason that we have this proof is because AH's reported ex-girlfriend messed up so badly when pushing PR that all of these people, they turned on her online. The admissions here, oh, they are something too. And you and I, we are going to talk about this today. I mean, think about this. Years of PR work, approaching random people and more. Oh, this is fun times. This is fun times indeed. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day. By the way, I hope you are doing excellently. Now, I've seen some PR disasters in my time, but this, so it takes the prize because it turns AH supporters against Team AH's own PR, and they start admitting, yeah, they contacted us behind the scenes. They've been doing this stuff for years. Now, the reason that all of this happens is because Team AH decides to rebuke and turn on its own supporters. That's right. We have Eve Barlow, that's the reported ex-girlfriend of AH, also admitted part of AH's PR, deciding to target them. This isn't the first time, by the way, but this, oh, it gets a response. Listen how this all kicks up. I hate to break it to you all, but continuously tweeting a woman's testimony or more evidence that was excluded from a court of law isn't going to solve the problem. You're just contributing to the invasion of something that should have never been made this grossly public. If you want to stand for survivors, respect their space, respect their privacy, respect their dignity. You can fight against the system without having to share the pain of a woman you don't know. You can advocate for legal changes without continuing to traumatize someone. You can support a survivor without sharing that which she never consented to in the first instance. Now, this goes over like a lead balloon, and it leads to some shocking disclosures from AH supporters, like the fact that Barlow has been in group chats with these people for years here, been reporting on AH. I mean, this is what PR looks like. I mean, listen to this here, for example. Hey, Eve, are you still in group chats with AH stans, telling them when she's crying, when she's not eating breakfast, when she's sad? I mean, that, again, that's trying to galvanize support. That is classic PR. It's extra rich hearing you complain about invading her privacy, something you've been doing behind her back for years. Yeah, it's probably not behind her back, I'd say. Now, if you think a post like that is something, you have exchanges like this taking place publicly, and they're talking about things like Eve Barlow chatting with rando AH fans online, giving live updates on AH day to day, and doing this stuff for years while trying to weaponize them. I mean, this is unreal to see discussed in the public view. I mean, listen to this. Quote, she's been setting AH up behind her back for an entire year. So somebody's trying to set a timeline. Nah, that timeline gets extended. Longer than that, the next person comes in and says, she's been chatting with AH fans, giving live updates on AH day to day, using access to AH as a bartering chip with randoms online since before the UK trial. So, this has been going on for years. Again, people like myself, we were targeted. We had our channels, our Twitters, anything that we do online, targeted by Barlow specifically. And look what she was doing behind the scenes. Plus, remember the blowback that she got? Yeah, listen to this next part here. And then, when she got exposed as a moron by most of the internet, she weaponized her access to AH and tried to get the fans she was chatting with to come to her defense. And then got, we're going to say, mad when they wouldn't because she's a lunatic. So, weaponization of AH's fandom. I mean, that is unreal. Now, some of the AH supporters admit to this connection between Barlow and AH. They admit to being weaponized too. They call themselves foot soldiers while saying, hey, Barlow, you're up in the command center with your replies off. And they say this has destroyed their families and more. I mean, this stuff is unreal. Listen to this here. Dear Eve, what upsets me is that while you're up in the command post with your replies off, and I'm not implying you should have them on at all us foot soldiers are here in the trenches, and by making those statements, it's as though everything we have done is not recognized by you, and you merely see us as an entity, i.e. fans, and not actual people. It's hurtful. You are the closest connection we have to AH, and it's not that we want reward or even thanks, but we do want to be seen. And when you word things in this manner, I don't know about others, but quite honestly, it makes me feel worthless. I'm going to say, accostive husband always says to me, what the bleep has all of this gotten you? Where's all your money from this full-time online misinformation fighter you think you are these days? My mental health is screaming at me on the daily to stop obsessing about righting this monumental injustice. My son is concerned. I've asked important family members and friends because of this. So while I'm sure AH expresses to you how much she wishes people would stop sharing these things, I feel like you could have let us know without condescending and saying it in a more friendly, respectful way as we would to you. Now, the best part of this is the damage control, because Barlow can't even do that, right? She goes after these folks yet again, makes this stuff all about herself, and I imagine that AH was probably pretty mad about this stuff. I mean, the initial message was, don't post things from the courtroom, don't post video because that makes me look bad. Yeah, went over like a lead balloon, and I mean, look at how badly this goes here. At first, Barlow says, I'm really good at peeving people off, provoking a reaction. This time's no different. I don't normally explain myself, but this time I will because it's very important to me. Now she makes this about herself. Hey, I'm all of these great things, before saying, I appreciate everything people have done. I've supported it countless times online, despite not being treated kindly by many who do the work. So even in trying to damage control, she takes a shot at them and says, many of you, you're not very nice people. Then she says, I have no interest in telling you what to do, even though she did that before, because again, this is an attempt at damage control, and I love it. I mean, the rank and file, they have been mad. They have admitted a lot behind the scenes. This shows the world what they've been doing, and they've been doing for years. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Can't say that enough. Want to help out the channel? Links are in the description. Share it. You know that drill. Thank you for being here, too. Going to end here. This is something. Thank you.